Let's go!
Okie dokie.
Hey guys, it's Nexus. It's been a while since I've talked about Webkinz, but I've actually been thinking about it a lot recently. I've had the idea to do this video for quite a while, but never got around to it, due to the fact that Club Penguin took over my life and still is, to be honest. This will be a bit of a shorter video, as I'd like to just get my thoughts out about this topic. I do have bigger videos planned, but there's currently construction going on in my house, so I have limited time to work on videos right now. So please bear with me on that. I will deliver videos to you as soon as possible. Today, I'm going to be talking about Webkinz Classic specifically. It's the main version of Webkinz that dates all the way back to 2005, and even predates Club Penguin by half a year. That's honestly pretty crazy if you think about it, that Webkinz has lasted this long. But that's what I want to talk about today. Earlier this year, I experienced a virtual world shutdown that I will never forget. The game was called Math Blaster, and it ran from the early 2010s to earlier this year. I was so shocked because I wasn't expecting the game to shut down. It caused a lot of anxiety for me since it was so sudden. It didn't feel like the type of game to shut down. Now, what does this have to do with Webkinz? Pretty much everything, actually. After the Math Blaster shut down, I started to worry about Webkinz. You see, the pattern seems pretty clear by now. Webkinz Next is already available, and resources are clearly being put into that game more. It's meant to be the new Webkinz, and Gans is constantly trying to get people to switch over, which isn't working. A similar thing happened with Club Penguin, the major difference being the original shutting down immediately before the release of the new game. A lot of virtual worlds follow the same pattern, and it looks like Webkinz is no different. Not to mention, Webkinz has a codebase that dates all the way back to 2005. While it is still maintained, it is by no means a smooth game to play. There are constant bugs and glitches, lack of any new content really, and something that every classic player knows about: the crashes. Lots and lots of crashes. I can only imagine the game is being held together on a tightrope. And recently there was an incident where the game was inaccessible via desktop at all for a few hours. The mobile games were still available during this period since they're built on the new codebase. So what is this all leading up to? Well, is Webkinz Classic going to shut down? It seems like everything is in place for that to happen. Well, no, not exactly. I do think it'll happen, but not yet. Let me explain. Gans earns a majority of their profits off of Classic alone. It's how they're funding the new game. If they were to cut off a major source of revenue like that, it would undoubtedly be a bad decision. People still spend money on Classic pets, deluxe memberships, and more. While the game itself is somewhat in shambles, it's still profitable. However, I do believe there will come a time where the team will find it more suitable to shut down the game. When this will happen, I'm not sure. All I know is that we shouldn't worry right at this very second, since Classic is still very clearly profitable. I can't imagine it shutting down within the next few years. The Webkinz community is still thriving with no sign of shutting down, so this is nothing to really worry about right now. If the time does come, however, let's all remember that this game outlived the titan that was Club Penguin. Gosh, I miss that game! Bring back Club Penguin, Disney! What are you doing? So, will Webkinz Classic shut down? Yes, but not for a while. If you want my advice, play the game while you still can, and enjoy it. You never know you're making memories until they're years in the past. Every time I'm anxious about the game shutting down, I play the game. I even had a period where I wouldn't stop playing until I'd be satisfied with it being my final play session. Yeah, I'd play for hours. The point is, if you're really afraid of a shutdown that may or may not happen, enjoy the present. You'll only miss out on what's happening if you're anxious about the future all the time. And trust me, I know. I have anxiety. It can be really hard, and that thought might follow you around for a while, but I promise you'll thank yourself later for at least doing what you could in the present time. So with that, thank you for watching. If it wasn't clear already, play Webkinz. It's fun. And Club Penguin Island too, because we can't have a Nexus video without it being brought up multiple times. This is Nexus, signing out.